Hello, this is Mitch King with the Monday evening, October 6 Daily Stock Picks newsletter. This is a stock AGU. I just want to go through the stock picks on the charts. This is a comparison of the volatility index in the red, which is the highest peak that I've ever seen. There is a recording in 1998 that has that high of a reading, of slightly higher than today's VIX, the volatility reading. What I want to show you here is that there was a low of AGU of 32.65, rebounded to 39.39 at the close. I have a table today that shows all the stock picks. This had a gain of little over 20% from that low to the close. And this is just the beginning. It's going to be a rocky road to gain from here, but I'm still thinking that this gets up in here possibly $55 to $60 on this stock. Let's go down this list pretty quick. This is an ag chemical stock. Mosaic was up 18.2% from that low today. Didn't even exceed yesterday's close. So we've got a ways up before this one. Sorry, this is Mosaic. And I'm thinking this one gets into over $60 here. So these are some big percentage gains on the target price. Let's change that setting to see what that looks like. This is kind of the look that I like, but you're looking at a smaller screen than I am. So maybe that's about right there. And here's Monsanto. Had a low of $80.50, $69, closed at 75, so that one was up about $7 or 16.3% the day from the low to high. Let's look at potash. You can see this VIX pegged all the way to the top, and this hit the bottom today. I think this was the turnaround today. Might be a little rough for a couple days, but the general trend should be pretty sharply up with a lot of volatility. Low, this one of 76.86, went up over $10, and we haven't even hit yesterday's close. So we've got maybe a little pullback tomorrow and at the first couple hours, and then a higher move up. It looks like tomorrow, though, that we're going to have a little higher opening with the talk that the European G8 are having an emergency meeting with the assumption that I'm making is that they may try to coordinate a lower interest rates between all the countries. Let's keep going here. Let's go into the energy stocks, up 9.6%. EOG, let me open these up. You guys can't probably see that. Here's EOG, and this was up 12.3%. Cabot Oil, COG, up 16.9% for the day from the low to the close. And here's a real good looking chart. I really like this one here on the chart. It's a little lower price than I like to deal with for an energy stock. HLX, I believe that has something to do with solar. Not sure. I thought I read that. And that was up 10.9%. Here's Foundation Coal. Real favorite of mine. I think I mentioned that yesterday. 18.2% was the gain. And here comes the rest of the coals. ACI up 21.1%, CNX up 21.8%, Massey Energy up 21.1%, Patriot Coal, PCX there up 21.4%. This is in the table that I have attached in text with this video report. TCK is metals and mining, 18.6%. This is not precious metals. Here's Freeport-McMoRan. FCX up 17%. That's a copper mining company. Let's go to the steels. Schnitzer Steel here out of Portland up 14.2%. U.S. Steel up 14.5%. AKS 14.6%. So all the steels, and here's a couple more here, are up about this 14% number. And here's CMC. I would delete that. It's a lower price one. I thought that could have a potential of making higher profit. Only up 5.8%, so delete that from the list. MT up 14.6%. Also Steel Company. The two insurance companies I posted did go up about. This one went up 6.3%. It could move, but if you want diversification, you can add an insurance company. I don't think they'll make as much money as these other sectors. Here's Prudential up 8.3%. Apple Computer, which you guys know I've been trying to work this one, looking for a good long entry, and then today we got it. Might have a little pullback tomorrow. Don't get too freaked out, but I'm thinking that this heads up over the next couple months into Christmas. And here's the Basic Materials ETF, an exchange-traded fund, up 19.1% today. $26 to $31. Excellent move. So we're just starting to see this move. You can see the volatility index will probably drop tomorrow as this drop over the next couple weeks as all these stocks I just showed you will be heading upwards. So those two tips of those lines will be getting closer. When they're wide apart like this, when you have a real high spike in the volatility index and a parabolic drop in these stocks that you just saw, that's really the buying point there. I saw Jim Cramer talk about selling half your stocks if you need the money in the next 5 years. I really think he did a disservice to people. I'm surprised he didn't look for the indicators that I look at to try to time a good entry. I've heard him over the years, maybe 10 years ago, talk about this on his radio show, but this is really what you want to look at. You want to look at the volatility index and that other one I'll show you right now. Here's the percentage of stocks above the 40-day moving average. It hit 3.22% which is the lowest percentage of stocks above its 40-day moving average, and that was 3.22% of stocks above 40-day moving average earlier this morning when I downloaded intraday, and that's unbelievable. Over half of the New York Stock Exchange stocks hit its 52-week low today, and I think that is the highest ever that Bob Pisani has ever seen as well, and he is the New York Stock Exchange reporter on CNBC. You know, CNBC said today's VIX reading is the highest ever in history, but I saw a reading here on October 13th of 1998, hit 60.63. I don't remember the news that was surrounding that. That's what my charts show on Warden. Don't be selling here at this low a price. You've got to have that gut-wrenching experience. I understand that, but you're trying to watch the indicators, what they're telling you, not what your feelings tell you. Your feelings will tell you to sell, throw in the white towel, panic. Just remember they do come back. Wait for all the sellers, find all the sellers to leave, and then that's when you want to be starting to buy. Be the first guys to buy or close to it. And that's what I try to do. And there's other people who have different philosophies. They might wait until the market goes up for confirmation, and that's also a good idea. It's probably safer, lower return. But with the indicators and the tools that we have, this is really a lot easier to call than we used to years ago. You guys have a good night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.